Yep.
But also, but then there was also some situations where like El Chapo gets romanticized as this I don't even know how to describe him, because he's clearly a criminal, right? But he's also this like folk hero. He's also this, in Mexico at least, he's also this like folk hero. Some people, in the same way that Escobar was like clearly a criminal. Yeah. Right? Clearly the CIA wanted his ass. Yeah. But he's also like a hometown hero. Yeah. He also brought like schools and money into Medellin, and like all in the same way that El Chapo was like, nah, everybody getting paid. Like you know, everybody, not everybody getting paid, but everybody's gonna benefit from this, and like his city flourished, like the economy of the city flourished, like there's a lot of moral ambiguity to like the drug dealers, especially cartel leaders and you know, shit like that. So, but he gets romanticized. He gets romanticized as like, you hear it in like the corridos and shit. Like he gets really romanticized of like one, don't fuck with him. Yeah. Cause your ass about to end up in an oil drum. But then also. And not even just like a basic ass oil drum. Like you're gonna light the way for the people immigrating in the desert to United States. Like it's gonna be you, homie. Yes. So there's that. But then there's also this like benevolence that they have. Obviously, like huge, flagrant, like opulence, right? Like the trucks and the guns made of gold and like this crazy opulence that's kind of ridiculous. But there's also like a huge benevolence. Like the people from their hometowns love them. Yeah. Love them. You know what I mean? Case in point example of when they got El Chapo's son. I don't know if you've seen that video. It was a while back. They got El Chapo's son. He was partying. They got El Chapo's son, and it was by accident. It was complete accident. And they like walked in the house and they were like, oh shit, it's his son. And even the cops in that moment were like, oh crap. And then they had him outside detained because that's protocol, right? And then they were gonna put him in the car. Pretty much the entire fucking town showed up with guns and was like, let him go now or we go finna have a problem. Yeah. And they let his ass go.
Well, of course they let his ass go. Shit, I'd have been like, look, my bad. I'm so sorry about that, man. Well, did you need me to get you something?
It wasn't even the cops. It was like the military.
Well, okay, this is also like a thing though. Like in Mexico, there is this known, it's just known that the Mexican government and the Mexican military, and basically, like, what is the cartel and what is the government is basically the same thing. So, like, there is really there's a fine line between
a lot of corruption
between both of them. Like but like the understanding is like, for instance, like the cartel, if I'm not mistaken, like will only really kill men. Like, and yes, there is parts of the cartel that like be fucking around with like with all illicit stuff, which is trafficking of any kind, which is unfortunately part of what it is. But there's also this like weird, like you said, like a romanticization about them, and it's weird because it's rooted in the facts that they really don't fuck around with certain people. They'll only fuck around with people that they deem need to be, well, I mean, I think it started off that way. I think that the main dude started off that way, and then because when you will increase your empire like that, you're bound to get people that are just kind of fucked up in the head.
Through the cracks
that are people that are literally just fucked up in the head, and they just get their little power high, and all of a sudden they abducting women and shit. But if I'm not mistaken, they were really much like, nah, G, this is just about drugs.
Yeah, like, there's a romanticism to that thing, but like to the point that I'm making about Latina women, and maybe I should just speak for even just Mexican women because that's the only thing that I've seen. But like I feel like just Latina women in general,
Mexican women stick by their man,
and of course it's not an absolute. But whenever I hear people talk about like, oh, men ain't shit, or like that, this dude don't deserve you, or like this and that, blah blah blah. Like yeah, they mean it, but like there's a certain level. Especially, I don't know, man. In that communities, there's a certain level of like, I chose you,
so we gonna stick it through,
and we're gonna see this shit through, or not even see this shit through in like a good way. It could be a bad way too, but like that happens. You know what I mean? It happens to where like Latina women are like fucking
they ride or die,
Mother Earth and shit. Like
Mother Earth,
yeah, like it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Very true.
Or if I had to make a very clear addendum to that, obviously that's not an absolute. I'm not saying all women, right? But if I had to make a correction, I would say every ethnicity of color, just not white people. Why white people don't do that? White people are like, nah, we figure something out. Or maybe it's the judicial system or this and that. But like,
Epstein's girl done ratted his ass out.
You see what I'm saying?
She was all like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
The only one.
The
only white woman I know that's acted like a Latina like this is Hillary Clinton. That girl said yes.
That's my man's.
Yes, he got his dick sucked in the Oval Office. I was out of town. My bad. Like this, you know what I mean? Done saw Lewinsky and everything. It was like, bitch, I know who you is. Like, don't be. You know what I mean? Like,
I picked you.
You know what I mean? Like, he told me about it way before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on some Claire Underwood shit from House of Cards. Like, I knew, bitch. I know who he was. But that's the only one. And she still say like, no, we love each other. That girl said, no, we love each other. We're having a great time. It was a fucking
this little
Clinton was on
ass.
Epstein's plane. There was like a whole bunch of fucking scandals, this and there, all because this dude played the saxophone. And Hillary's like, what an amazing man.
He's amazing.
He supported me when I ran for president. And Bill Clinton's like just in the back, like, that was old as fuck.
He looks
old. He looks like weathered.
He looks like the coke got to him bad. Because I swear, man, like you looking at him, se ve demacrado, man.
Yeah,
Está todo chupado, and you're just like,
fucking around with Hunter Biden.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with you?